Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or coming back, today we're going to do a special edition reading. We'll get some messages from divine masculines to feminines. Well, rather we'll get the info, the intel on what's going on with them right now, what kind of challenges they're tackling, and of course we'll get some messages from DMs to DFs. I will do 3 groups. So take a deep breath and think about which group you most feel inclined to follow, 1, 2, or 3. And then, it's basically pick a card reading or pick a pile reading. And this will allow me to be more specific to your scenario in the messages that I will be pulling. Okay, let's start with group 1. So, Oracle deck, of course, we've got one today. It's Alice the Wonderland. So, let's get a general vibe of what's happening with DMs in group number 1. And then we'll switch to tarot to see what's going on in 5D space, in 3D space, and what are the DMs wishing for. Okay, so we got painting the roses red, covering up errors. Sounds familiar? So this is like another one on the bottom of the deck. 8, 9, and 8. Do not drink poison. Do not do things you know are bad for you. Yeah, so DMs in this group are in their remorse mode, where they're seeing that they are in this poisonous state, that something is poisoning their life, even if it's like slowly and subtly, but surely and constantly. And they're visiting what they can do, how they can change their lifestyle, their belief system, their habits, like anything, maybe get rid of certain things or people in their life, like anything they can do to stop this poison from going in. Because they also see another part of it is they see that how quickly it ramps up the effect. Like maybe they've already known some of it already. For example, that there is certain someone that is gaslighting them, right? And they understand that that's unhealthy. They understand that sometimes they may take it out on other people, something along those lines. But now they're like, oh my God, while I wasn't watching, like this has gone so much worse. And I'm really hurting people, right? And I'm hurting myself. Right? It's like it's gotta stop. So they're seeing the errors that they've made. They are in guilt and shame mode though, so it's that part of it, right? Low vibe part of it, where they may not necessarily want to admit that. If they found out because of this state, because somebody told them, like gave them feedback on what's going on and the problem that they see, this DM is not giving in. They're not admitting that this is the case, right? Or not fully, or they're finding, I'm being corrected, for some they're finding reasons to explain it, right? Like I would say excuses. To them it's their proper reasons, whichever way you want to see it, right? But they're giving arguments of like, you know what, I know this is happening, but I also have this happening. So this is the best I can do right now. Or, this person is poisoning my life, but they're the mother of my child. So I have to deal with them anyway. I can't just part ways, right? Like there are certain things that they will be saying to themselves and to other people of why it was okay to do it, or why they've been poisoning themselves or agreeing to get poisoned all this time. They may want to make it like put lipstick on a pig, and try for it to look better than it is. It is part of that gradual acceptance and taking accountability for what is going on and how they could have handled it differently. Let's put it that way. Okay, I'm gonna get the cards. We'll get 3 questions. So we'll have 3 cards From today, I'm using the right away, that's the main deck. So we'll have 3 cards here. Bottom of the deck you already saw, the Page of Pentacles, and the clarifier will be the Witch's Tarot. Okay, sorry, I have to pick it up. Hope you guys have checked out your October horoscopes, by the way, on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. If not, head over there. I still have a few videos to publish. Had some issues with the recording, so had to redo some of them, but most of them are already published, and I'm gonna do the rest of them today, tomorrow. Okay, so we got our cards. Bottom of the deck here, Page of Cups, 2 pages. So this DM at the very least acknowledges that there's a lot to figure out and to learn, right? And I'm not saying that they're like enthusiastic, like, yay, let's do it. There's still, I'm hearing, like, I'm sensing the fear that they have about it, like lack of trust and belief and confidence that it's gonna happen, that they'll be able to handle it. But there is that realization where at that point with these DMs, there is a realization that things need to change and they need to learn how to do it right. And we have the pages, we have a Pentacles and Cups, which is actually very much the pinnacles of building relationship, because the Pentacles show you how do we operate in the material world, how do we agree about meetings or spending time together, how do we do budgeting, how do we raise our kids, how do we spend our weekends. Page of Cups is emotional connection, of course, and emotional health in the connection. So those are like the key items, really key themes. So in the 5D space, we have the 7 of Pentacles clarified by the High Priest or the Hierophant in this deck. So there is the mode of like, in the energy, there is an inception of like, I need to think bigger. I need to follow my dreams. Sometimes literally like visions that they have in their dreams, right? For others, it's more like, okay, I have certain things that I've been dreaming of doing, or like I would read about it or hear about it and I would get so excited and be like, wow, it'd be great to be doing something like that. Now there are, that thought is, or that energy is blooming, it's blossoming, it's getting more solid outline, right? Because the High Priest is already implementation in the physical, right? It's that leadership role, it's the preacher, it's somebody that other people follow. So energetically, they're maturing into that energy of not just having it as a dream that's very far away and out of reach, but as something tangible that is actually achievable, actionable, and not too good to be true. In the physical, we have 3 of Swords clarified by the 5 of Wands. Yes, there's a lot of karmic, underlying karmic flows, streams, and scenarios. In the forefront, yeah, there is heartbreak. First of all, because of that overall energy about realization, how many mistakes they've made, and how many people they've hurt, or how much, right? It's that realization that is kind of coming back now, that karma, if you wish, that's coming back to them, right? But also it makes it harder that there is still a lot going on as we speak, right? So the realization and the remorse is about something older, something that either happened in the past or has been going on for a while. It's not new information, but there is something new that is happening right now. So the masculines in this group have to deal with simultaneously with the heartbreak that they feel from that realization, from that learning from the past situation, and also deal with the BS that's coming their way, or distractions that people put on them in the present, right? People are pulling on their energy, they want their attention, and there is that overall sense of overwhelm. What are they wishing for in the connection? Four of Swords, clarified by the Hangman. To chill and to heal. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this is like the time needs to pass for things to come down, for emotions to ground, for hearts to be healed. So they understand that this takes time. And they understand that it's like a collaboration to have the major and the minor arcana here. It's them needing to, well, both, right? But this is their part, right? This is what they can do, or they feel they should do. So they want to have the time and space to heal, to rest, to get grounded, right? And they're hoping that there will be divine revelation or some guidance from above onto what that new state of things looks like, right? Or where do we go from here? Something along those lines. But yeah, this general idea of contemplation and not wanting to rush things, but wanting to kind of like flow into the next phase, right? With hope and energy to create something potent there. Okay, messages from this oracle deck that I haven't used for a while. Let's see what the masculines in this group would like to share with the feminines on what's going on their heart and mind. Okay. Not very talkative. Thank you. The masculines in this group don't really want to talk, which you could see. Oh, there are two cards. I wish I could take back the hurtful things I said to you, which checks out with all the other cards. Fear is holding me back, and I was in denial of this connection. So it's part of that heartache and heartbreak that is coming back to them now. They're feeling it. Oh, sorry, one more. Please be patient. I need to work on myself. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you very much for sticking for the message. And from here, we'll move on to group 2. I'll just do a quick shuffle of the decks and we'll proceed. By the way, if you're interested in a personal reading, don't hesitate to reach out by email or book it on my website, mindfulbamboo.com. Okay, one more. All right, so group 2, oracle messages on what's going on with DMs in group 2. All right, we have, you can go back to yesterday, be in the present. The second card is the right way. Learning to create what you desire. Yeah, so the general idea is DMs in this group do not want to get stuck in the past. They realize that they've made mistakes, they've made some wrong choices. They could have been better off now, in a better position. But they are trying to see how they can, or the idea is for them to see how they can create from here, right? And it feels, I'm already feeling that they're not in a pickle. They're stuck between the rock and the hard place, right? They're not in a good place. But rather than focusing on the past, they're supposed to look forward and see how they can use their power to transform the situation and to build something good from it. Okay, let's get the tarot. The numbers were 44 and 21, by the way. 21 is the new beginning, so makes sense. Okay, we got 3 cards. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. Yes, that's that being stuck between the rock and the hard place. Clarifier, King of Swords. Yeah, so this is this air energy of trying to strategize, to plan the course of action, to be smarter, to finally have an upper hand. You know, like one of the here in one of the biggest thing that strikes DMs, just in general, not just in a specific group, is that they don't really have much control of what's going on this journey, right? They may seem like that for a little while, and then it's just and the rug is just pulled out from underneath them, and they're like, whoa, and they lose their balance, right? And they are at the mercy of the divine and of their universal circumstances and energies. So that's really hard for masculine energy to accept, right? And so they are in the place where they don't like where they are. They understand they need a plan, and they are trying to put in their analytical skills to kind of not just to think of like brainstorm a few ideas, what can I do, but they're trying to think ahead to see different options and what would the outcome be, trying to get that control back so that they can actually foresee how this is going to play out and they can choose the best action. Whether it's a good thing or a bad, however you want to take it, right? Let's just move on with the reading, but this is something to consider if you are a cross watcher, and this is for you to get that more of that understanding of where they are, what's going on, and how it can be reflected in your communication. The 5D space, we have the Hermit clarified by the Ace of Wands. Actually, there is Ace of Wands in both of these cards. Again, this is like a major and minor arcana reflection of that inner light of being ignited, something that happened, or while they are in this stuck energy where they can't move, at least they can't continue moving in the same way they have been, right? This ignition happens, right? It's like poof, and now they can't put it out anymore, right? It just keeps burning in a good way right? And they keep, like, that flame keeps warming through their body, and they keep getting new information, right? They understand better what is healthy and unhealthy in their life. They do have a desire to bring something new, right? Especially with the Ace of Wands here, to bring something that will be healthy, that will get them at least into the next step of that wish fulfillment kind of life, you know? Because you know how it happens, and health is actually a very good example where we are thinking about starting a new diet or introducing certain activity into our life that will be like, I don't know, maybe upping up on meditation time, right? Like doing something specific that we know would be good for us, and we keep putting it away, especially if it takes like extra effort, or you need to like to do some extra prep for it, right? And now, like, it's that, if we take that example, it's now the time when the clock is like, yes, it's time, you're doing it now. You are going to the grocery store and you're buying that food that you've been trying to add to your diet for years, I don't know, for months. Right now, it's time. Get up and go and do it. It's that sort of energy. So it's not necessarily that it's completely new information, but they're now, because of this ignition, they're now feeling like, okay, I need to introduce those changes into my life. I can't go on like that anymore. My throat chakra is playing up. So yeah, definitely this DMs are struggling to communicate on what's really going on, what's bothering them, and not necessarily to DFs, to people around them in general. They just, yeah, it's just too much. They can't find words. 3D space, we have 6 of Cups clarified by Ace of Pentacles. 2 aces already, wow. These DMs are on fire in terms of like starting a new leaf, a new cycle, This energy is like just kind of showering them, right? That something new is needed, right? Somebody here is encouraging them to have this new beginning. It could be like a past life soulmate. It could be just somebody they've known for a long time, like a childhood friend, somebody that is like ready to roll up their sleeves and get into the kind of dirt of it and do the work together with the DMs to get them that new start, new beginning, or to bring new sources of abundance, right? Or to start a new hobby, whatever, maybe to go into their creative pursuits even, right? This can be anything as long as it's like in the material realm, right? This actual creation of something. But this is very healthy energy for DMs to channel their power into, right? To slowly kind of transition from that place of oppression and stuckness into something that will keep the energy flowing into a positive space and into creating something new. So that will have then a ripple effect on other areas of their life. What are they wishing for the connection? Six of Wands clarified by Three of Pentacles. They do want to collaborate and to find that winning formula, right? They do see a lot of potential, and they're like, it's not even their desire. I'm getting it's like their vision, their dream, right? It's like almost like if they had a vision board, they would have that picture of them being victorious with this connection, with this journey, but not just because they decided to, but because both DM and DF came together in this, right? Like you were exactly on the same wavelengths, on the same page, right? And it happened. Or for others, it's a little bit different. It's like a collaboration that will get them to the victory, right? So they're wishing to collaborate on something. It can be specifically the relationship and the communication. For others, it's a little bit more on the maybe even this new project that they are considering, right? It's something a little bit more tangible. It can be a business project, whatever, creative project, volunteer project, whatever it is, right? The actual task at hand that they want to work on together. And they feel like that will be the way to bring this connection back to the winning circle, and for it also to have success in public, right? Not like deep down, like, okay, I see we're in a good place, but something that can be then shared with the public of like, look how great we are together, right? Or for people to acknowledge that these two are meant to be, something along those lines. Okay, let me get some messages from this little deck, from masculines to feminines. What would the masculines in this group like to share with their feminines? Come on, masculines, don't be shy. That's that heart chakra playing up. Okay, please give me time to heal my past pain. I run out of fear that you will see the real me, and being with you reminds me of home. Yeah, that's actually that Six of Cups energy that we saw. So maybe there is, for some of you, there is an opportunity to collaborate DMs and DFs in the material realm, and that's that past life soulmate energy, but it could be a twin as well, right? It will still have that feeling because it's also a past life connection. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. I will shuffle the decks and move on to group number 3. Okay, I'm getting faster with this. We have 10-10 portal coming up on Tuesday, so I'll do something special for it. Okay. Let's get an oracle card. Oracle cards, actually. For DMs in group number 3. Nature communication. Flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messages. And it's always tea time. Eternity, endless moments, repetition. Yeah, so very interesting energy of the eternal. It's like the soul level magic I'm hearing, right? It's like remembering where do you come from, divine masculines. These masculines are getting lots of downloads and messages. Some of them could be have soul of elemental nature, but even if not, they still could be signs from nature, right? And what is your energy about, like your soul, you know, your essence, right? We know of like Pleiadians, Lemurians, so they like all of those ancient peoples had their specialities, had certain skill sets, right? And that's what's coming to the DMs in this group now on what that is and how important it is to acknowledge and to use that power. Even if until now there hasn't been an opportunity to do that, now is exactly the opportunity to bring it back, right? It could have been that it was just in their dream that they saw it before, or maybe they tried doing something with it in their childhood, but it didn't end anywhere. Okay, let's see what do we need to know. So yeah, definitely a divine calling for their mission. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords. Let's get the clarifiers. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, so something unfair is coming, the unfair cycle is coming to an end. Somewhere where, and I'm getting that DMs have been treated unfairly. That cycle is coming to an end and something much more of an equal give and take is coming to their reality. For a lot of them, it's their realization that they've been treated unfairly. And that's on its own is enough because it wasn't a very straightforward lesson to learn. But that's enough for them to walk away from that, and immediately some new opportunity comes in, somebody new comes in, like a partner, a friend, right? That can be a personal relationship, it can be a business partnership. Somebody else walks in that make a much, much better partner for them from that reciprocity perspective. Okay, 5D space. We have the Fool clarified by 2 of Swords. Yeah, so there is a desire to break away from the current energy into something new and beautiful, but there is certain fear. And I'm getting that it's actually, there is a connection here with the oracle cards that we just saw, with following the lead on those magical skills and that soul level profile, if you wish. Right, on pursuing those things that they see, that they feel like they need to find out more about, to move into that direction, right? Their brain is still, or I mean, this is 5D space, the kind of the earthly energies are still pulling on them to doubt themselves, right? So there is a bit of that doubt, but there's still a stronger desire to take the leap of faith. And that's kind of like the transition that they're making right now. In the 3D, we have 10 of Swords clarified by Page of Cups. 3D space, there's definitely, they've been through a lot. I just mentioned that scenario of being treated unfairly, right? There was more, like that actually triggered a lot of older wounding for them that was connected with the abandonment wounds and feeling like they're not good enough, right? So that is now on the surface. The 10 of Swords is like that rock bottom layer where there is a little bit of hope, but it's kind of more of wishful thinking. They don't see right now the way out, or how do I get back on track, or how do I get my mojo back, I'm hearing, right? They don't know yet. They're not in that space. They know they want to, they need to. There is this little voice in their head that's telling them that the loving energy will help, but they don't really know where to get that resource from and how to apply it exactly to their situation. What are they wishing for the connection? King of Swords clarified by 6 of Wands. I saw these cards in the first group, by the way, in a different combination. But yeah, so they wish that, well, they wish for the success in this connection, right? And they wish they had a plan. So they are trying to come up with a plan to move forward in a better direction, so that this can be something they can be proud of, they can talk about in public, not be like, oh yeah, this didn't work out again, and then they don't want to talk about it to anyone because they feel embarrassed, right, of how things came down, because they lost their temper, because they were in a hurt place, right? They want things to be different this time. And this is helping them to step into a more mature space where they're watching their communication, where they're being more specific and straightforward with things. So it's not like vague info where you're supposed to read between the lines and guess, right? They don't want the feminines to guess. They, even if they don't have a lot to offer at this time, they want things to be clear between the two counterparts, right? They want things to be honest so that everybody feels treated fairly. That's that positive side effect from this cycle, this painful cycle that's closing, where they've been treated unfairly and they've seen that, they've felt that, they've learned it the hard way, right? So now they don't want to be in that space with the feminine. I'm not hearing that the feminine was part of that scenario. It's something different with somebody else, but they definitely gives them perspective on how they want or don't want things to happen with other people in their life, with people they care for. Okay, let's get some messages from the Oracle deck, messages from Divine Masculines from this group to Divine Feminines. What would they like to share? Okay, I will message you soon. Yep, that's that desire to have clear communication. Fear is holding me back. And I'm so sorry I hurt you. Please forgive me. Yeah, so like I was saying, they understand that there was that vagueness and, you know, like sometimes people do that without much, like they don't reveal a lot of information, and to them, like it's not a bad story, right? Maybe I didn't mention some details, but you know, it's not like I lied about anything. And a lot of times people do that on purpose, actually, because they understand that those details will not make them look good, right? It's not something they want others to see. And so they will omit those details on purpose, right? Or sometimes they would test the person by like giving them some part of information and seeing what they would do with that, right? So that's what they feel bad about, and they don't want this to be the case between the two of you again. So yeah, they understand fear is still holding them back, but like I said, even if they don't have a lot to offer or even to speak about at this point, they will make sure that the information they give you is as clear as possible, without double meaning, without subtle messages behind or between the lines. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.